just thought I'd warn you.
All right. Hey, everyone. Cindy Van, James Gardner, D.N.A, weekly Monday forecast, all that good stuff. Here we go. Mid-April is approaching fast and furious.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, April 11th. Cindy Van,
Yeah.
what Whoa.
Whoa.
What does the week have in store for us? I know we got a full moon on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, this week is really about stepping into and owning your own leadership, like leading yourself, trusting your intuition and following that. We've got this full moon coming in at the end of the week in Libra that's asking for stability. It's asking for balance. It's asking for that leveling out of all of the pieces that we've been integrating. We've got a lot of diamonds energy, so it's all physical this week. It's all about, you're probably going to be inspired to move furniture or clean your closet out or organize your desk or move your body more than you usually do. There's this real physical energy that's coming in, but it's asking us to create our own stability. So as we know, everything's created from the inside out. We're not going to find our stability, our safety, or our security from out there. We know that. We can see that with our current leadership in the world, that we're not finding any stability there. So stability comes from knowing, what does safety feel like in the body? What does stability feel like in the body? Where do I feel safe? And what does that safety feel like in the body? And then allowing yourself to listen to the intuitive nudges and be your own intuitive leader. So as you feel the safety and the sovereignty and the security in your own body, what's the next action step I need to take to stay in my integrity, stay in my truth without deferring to outside influences? This week is a very creative week. We've got a lot of creative energy. So if you could leverage that to your advantage this week, you can tap in and build something in the material world very, very quickly. If you're leading yourself and not looking and deferring to other people's dreams, other people's visions, other people's ideas. It's one thing if you're inspired to ask for advice or inspired to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I just want to bounce these ideas off of you. That's totally fine. But if you're just deferring and saying, oh, so-and-so said I need to do it this way, I'm going to scrap everything my intuition is telling me to, and I'm going to do it that way because that's what they told me to do, that's going to be really challenging. That's really challenging at any time, but that energy is heightened right now. So again, it comes back to, what's your truth? What's your true north? And are you willing to trust your own intuition to get you there? Even if your intuition tells you things that don't make any sense. For example, today I woke up, I've got a full 52 million things on the to-do list. There's always something to do. And I could have easily deferred to that to-do list and burnt myself out sitting in front of my computer going, but I need to get this, and this done. But instead, I took a step back and I recognized, hang on, I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm tired. I can feel my energy's a little bit depleted and I can feel an integration happening right now. And so what's the next step that I need to take? I need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture versus get lost in the minutia. So this week, trust your own intuition, lead yourself.
So when we lead ourselves this week, you made a distinction of not seeking outside counsel.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference between the two. So I work with a mentor. I seek outside counsel, but that comes from a place of knowing that outside counsel is a mirror for me. I'm not asking her to tell me what to do. I'm not asking her for the answers. I'm not asking her, should I do this, and this? I'm going to her and saying, look, I've got this inspired idea and I'd really like to bounce it off of you so that you can mirror back to me what I might be missing or what I might not be seeing. So there's a difference between seeking outside counsel, hoping someone's going to rescue you and tell you all the answers and what to do, versus asking for the reflection.
Great. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
So leadership, we can't effectively lead others until we effectively lead ourselves. We
Mhm.
know this. We hear this ad nauseum in our circles because it's truth. It's the
It's
truth.
true. Yeah.
It's true. And here's the thing, though. So, Cindy Van, what gets in the way, in your opinion? I'm just and this is just a
Mhm.
conversation here. What gets in the way of people taking authentic leadership over themselves?
Mm.
Honestly,
Usually lack of trust in themselves.
right?
You don't know yourself well enough. And so there's a fear back there that what if I'm crazy? What if other people think I'm crazy? What if people judge me for doing something that's a little bit not out of the norm? There's this, we don't trust that intuition because we've been trained to look outside of ourselves, to look to our governments, to look to our educational systems, to look to our medical doctors, to look to anybody who's the quote unquote expert or guru, to
Hmm.
go to the Dalai Lama for our spiritual understanding, right? Like we've just been trained to go to the quote unquote guru versus trusting ourselves, listening to our own body, listening to what's really going on the inside.
Great question. So, do you feel, all things being equal, if, on an even playing field, does everybody hold the intrinsic ability to make intuitive decisions that would move them forward in life
Yes.
without seeking any sort of acknowledgement, encouragement, justification from
Mm.
the outside?
So it's important for us to have feedback from our environment. So we're not standing alone in this and doing it all by ourselves. We are all connected and we're designed to be in community to get the feedback from our outside environment. But oftentimes when we're getting feedback from our outside environment that we don't love, we think there's something wrong with us and that we need to get a fix. And we often look for that fix through someone else. Somebody else has got the quick fix. Let's take, for example, someone who feels really crappy in their body. Maybe they're a little bit overweight. Maybe they're tired, lethargic all the time. And instead of just listening to the body and tapping in and asking the body, what do I need today to help me feel more vital? We go to, I need a supplement. I need a fitness coach. I need a nutritionist. We immediately go to somebody who's got the quick fix because we
Right.
love the instant gratification of the quick fix. Well, now I've got a bottle of supplements, so I'm going to immediately feel better, right? It doesn't work that way. When we truly listen to our bodies and the body says, hey, more water, and we listen and we drink more water, we start to feel better and we continue to listen. It's not just a one and done. And yes, sometimes you're going to get the intuitive hit to hire a fitness coach or to hire a personal trainer who's going to egg you on a little bit. Or maybe there is a supplement that your body is craving. But the more we listen to the body, and then when we listen and we go to that source, it's a completely different energy than if we just think that thing is going to fix us because there's something wrong.
Mm, mm. Yeah, no, it's yes, 100%. And getting back to your trust comment,
Mm-hmm.
we, I see this a lot. You and I joke about this because you see it a lot too, which is
Yeah.
people are taking leadership over themselves. And they sign up for this course, they do this, they do that, they read this, they do what this person tells them to do, but they're not trusting in anything
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Yep.
And so I think because you talk truth, I talk truth this week, this kind of solo leadership journey this week that you're talking energetically with, getting back to the truth. It's almost like it's truth and trust. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you have to begin to trust in our innate ability to take the first step. Maybe
Yep.
not step C and D, but sure as shit, maybe A and B,
Yeah.
without second guessing ourselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's always, when we're doing something new that's outside of our comfort zone and we're trying to trust ourselves in that, but then there's this fear showing up of, oh crap, I've never done this before. And do I really know what I'm doing? Do I know that I can do this? I don't know. And so the mind is just trying to keep you safe back in your little comfort zone. Just it's programmed to keep you in your box over here.
Yeah.
And so that self leadership requires you to take the step. And the more you take the step, and then you listen again and you take the next step and you listen again, you take the next step, the more you build that trust muscle. And this is a practice. Nobody's ever going to be perfect at this. But the more you work on actually taking the action, then you get the feedback and you're like, wow, that worked. Okay. Next time I'm going to do it again. And I trust myself and I'm going to take that leap and I'm going to go do the thing, even if it feels crazy. And then you get feedback from the environment and the environment says, hey, this is cool. And you're like, oh my God. And it just builds that muscle over time as you practice it.
Mm-hmm. Formulating.
I can tell.
Well, because I'm actually biting my tongue a little bit because the James in me is fired up, and I'm just I'm I'm kind of fed up with some people that just can't get the fuck out of their own way to save their life, and we say the same shit each week. The other people say the same shit. We're all doing this to be of service, and at the end of the day, people are people.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's the reason why I asked about this kind of solo journey. At what point do we start bringing in outside resources, as you were saying? Because I do feel that most people don't have the innate ability to trust themselves for whatever reason. It could be fear of judgment. It could be making an ass out of themselves. It could be lack of insecurity or a lot of insecurity, whatever it is. But I also think we know that the greater the risk, the greater the reward. And we know that the stormy sea alone in a boat is a hell of a lot scarier, but the journey is also a hell of a lot more profound when we get from A to B.
Yeah. I like to call it pulling up your self-responsibility pants and making a fucking decision. I'm either going to do this or I'm not. And if you are going to do it, then who can I surround myself that's going to cheer me on, that's going to reflect back to me what I might not be seeing, but isn't going to tell me what to do? It's not about deferring to someone else's opinions. It's about standing in your truth and then witnessing and observing the feedback that's coming back to you. We're not meant to do this alone. We're meant to be in community, but we are meant to stand in our own truth and our own power and take leadership over our own lives and our own decisions.
Right. Exactly that. And that's the crux of a lot of my flag waving as of late, which is, is truly living by our own playbook, whatever that means to each of us. And even for myself with my journey, as you know, firsthand, I do live with the power of others and community of like-minded people. However, I've restructured that playbook that was given to me when I became an adult, to honor my truth.
Yeah.
That has become a non-negotiable. And you and I talk truth, and I think we'll always talk that. And because it can't be driven home enough how powerful that is to do the work to stand in that truth.
Yeah.
When I started my journey, I said, when you stand in that ultimate truth of yourself, when truth lands, trust begins. And I still believe that. 4 years later, 100%.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you begin to walk,
Yeah.
and then you trust, and A goes to B, and B goes to C, and so forth.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And I think, this programming is so intense. I mean, women especially, we've been taught that this knight in shining armor is going to save us and rescue us. There is no fucking knight in shining armor. Be your own knight in shining armor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, not anyway, because I don't want to dismiss that
Mhm.
conversation, which was great. Full moon, though. Full
Yes.
moon energy. So,
Yes. It's coming in on Friday.
okay.
We're probably going to start feeling it Wednesday, Thursday. We usually feel the full moon as it's leading up to that. It's that Libra energy. It's really inviting us to think outside the box. That energy that's coming in with that full moon is a 5 of diamonds, ruling number 8. It's about dedication and devotion to just owning your fucking weird. Like, be the rebel. So this comes back to being your own leader and trusting yourself and taking action from that place of inspiration. We're so afraid that the world is going to judge us for our actions. And yet here we are doing things that people are judging us for anyways. So just fucking do it. Just get out there, think outside the box, be the rebel, and dedicate and devote yourself to who you are, not who the world thinks you should be, because that's a bunch of bullshit.
Cindy Van has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. And cue the music. Some epic thunder in the distance.
Yeah, it feels like a really powerful full moon. We're in the middle of eclipse season as well, which is inviting us into all sorts of new, fresh energy. We're seeing things that we haven't seen before. This one energy of April is really just opening our awareness up. This is a time where, the physical material world that we perceive with the naked eye, it ain't everything. And we've known that for a long time, but we're really becoming awakened to the realization, the awareness that 99.99999% of our world is pure possibility. And we now have the opportunity to leverage that.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I don't know how it is in Kelowna, but it feels like spring is here.
It's trying. It's trying. We had hail and snow and sun and rain on Saturday, so it's trying. Very abnormal weather for where I live. Usually it's already like 20, 30 degrees and hot. And
Oh, okay. Well, nice here.
It's owning its weird and trusting itself and leading itself.
There you go. Awesome.
I love it.
All right, Cindy Van, you're amazing as always.
As are you. Wishing you a very happy birthday for next week, because we won't be here and you'll be celebrating your birthday.
I shall.
It's awesome.
I shall. All right. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye for now.